What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Texas Dirt. It is October, 12th or 13th, something like that. What you guys missed last episode, because last episode ended a little bit abruptly after that hog hunt. Reason that happened is because I got sick in camp, actually, that second evening that we were out here, and it cut our trip short. There's no more filming. We ended up having to go home early. But what you guys missed in the video, what we recorded but didn't publish, was that Dad and I got back out and were able to get the missing feeder that was still needing to be fixed. We got that back out and repaired. All that is good to go. So that stand is fully functional. We've had deer coming into it. This week, I'm trying to get second week of bow season, trying to get a little bit more hunting in before I have to go back to work. And out here with the family, spending a little time out here this afternoon. We're gonna catch some fish with the kids here, and here in an hour or two, I'm gonna get ready to go down and sit in the ladder stand for the evening hunt. So, welcome back to Texas Dirt. Where?
It's like this. It's so big.
Alright guys, so here's what we're doing. Getting ready for the evening hunt, but we're doing a little bit of housekeeping beforehand. I'm down here at my bow blind. I am not going to hunt here tonight. But one of the things that we gotta do is get the camera back out here. It's not on video with the last episode, but I ended up pulling the camera because it was taking pictures, but it wasn't transmitting, which we run spy points out here, not affiliated with any trail camera brand at this time. And really, I truly am pleased with the spy points. I am. We got a half dozen of them out here that we run, and this is the first time in 2 years that I've had an issue with any of them. So, and I wish I could tell you guys what the fix was, but I really don't know. I took it home, I messed around with it, still couldn't get to transmit, turned it off, left it off for like 4 days, and turned it back on, and works just fine again. So I don't know what the deal was, but all it is to say, getting it back out here so we have live intel on the spot again. Obviously it's being hit pretty well. Not hunting here tonight, but I am going to be out here at some point in the next 3 days for a hunt or two. So we're going to put some baffle out here on the ground just to try and maybe give a little bit more incentive for these deer to get out here. Another thing I wanted to tell you guys, these spy points come with this super long tether strap, which if you're strapping them to a really big tree or post or something like that, obviously that's handy. But when you're strapping it to a smaller tree like this, you obviously have to tie it somewhere. So my tip of the day for you guys is when you tie it below the camera, because if you tie it like in one of these branches up here and it were to come undone, there's a chance that it'll start blowing in the wind in front of your camera, and at that point you're going to start receiving pictures that you don't want to get. So a little tip of the day for y'all on that spy point. So if you guys are watching this video on YouTube, the code FO15 will get you guys 15% off your next order of Apple products. So head on over to appleproducts.com and get you some of this candy today. She's down. All right. First deer of the year. Did a little quicker this year than we did last year, so there's that. But so y'all are, I know y'all are probably watching the video, and I'll probably edit some of it out, but you're probably wondering why it took me so long to shoot. Because they were here for quite a while. And yes, I'm being a little picky. Y'all know me. If you've watched the series, especially last season, you know I'm picky. But the first two that came in, they're both young. One of them was a spike. The other one's a young doe. I wasn't going to shoot either one of them. But I went ahead and got my bow because I knew that it was a group of 3 that normally travel together, and I knew that that older one was going to come in and that she was good. But when she came in, she kept looking back behind her for a little while, and then she and that buck kept looking at something down here to my side, and then all 3 of them were glued to something over here for a while. And just me being me, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't hear or confirm that there's a buck or something else in the area before I took her, because they're in no hurry. So and I drew back actually when she was at the back side of the pen, and as soon as I drew back, she turned and faced me, so I'm holding at full draw for a very long time, it felt like, and finally she came around that front side right there, and we slid a perfect shot in there. So another pass through, another eastern axis that will get some more airtime after yet another kill. So we're gonna give her a little bit of time, and then we're gonna get down and go grab her. Those other 2 deer are still walking around back here. They don't know what to do. It's a good feeling. I like that. That is another pass through. That's the 3rd deer I've killed with this arrow. My favorite part about early evening kills is you don't have to wander around the dark to find them. And that was certainly the case right here with this girl. Watched her go down. She didn't go 50 yards. That slip trick went right through her. That's the exit right there. I would say the entrance is probably somewhere in the neighborhood of that big pile of lung blood right there. So grateful that God put these creatures on the earth for us to be able to enjoy, and grateful for this doe that will fill the freezer early in the year. Awesome. All right, guys, so fast forward to around midday, the day following me killing that doe. We got the crew out here right now. this is one of our stand locations that we have not hunted yet. Basically, we don't have a blind or anything, and we're poor blue collar hunters like the rest of y'all. So this year what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna real quick here build a little makeshift stand and tuck it in right in this little cubby. It's about 25 yards off the feeder. I think Dad might be looking at getting a tripod or something to put farther up the hill right here so that he can hunt this stand too from a rifle standpoint. But we're gonna build a little makeshift kind of ground set right here with a little bit of we got a cover veil type thing we're gonna drape over the front, and that'll, like I said, put us about 25 yards off of this feeder, and hopefully have another stand set up for us here in the next 2 or 3 weeks when we come back out here. So we're gonna get to work. You're taking the big ones?
Yeah.
All right, well.
How about you and me take the big one?
Well, let me get you the right one here if you're gonna take a big one. Okay. Why don't you take this one, and be careful, it might be a little pokey. Yeah. All right, guys, it's not ideal, but it is something to allow us to hunt this location for a little while. So built a little standing canopy, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what to call it, but kind of brushed in the back just a little bit, and we will just wear some brushed country camo and kind of tuck ourselves back in here a little bit with a bow and hopefully have some success. So another location ready on Texas dirt. All right, guys, so we are finishing our trip, finished our morning hunt, no success, didn't even see anything. Spy Point sent some pictures from my dad's stand, the bow blind, but that's the only activity we saw. So taking care of a couple little things like zip tying this solar panel cord right here to the box. If you guys don't do that and you run these solar panels on your feeders, I recommend doing it because the raccoons like to get on these and hang on them, and it'll tear your solar panel up. And you know, I know everybody would probably rather not spend an extra 20 bucks on a new one. So we're gonna take care of this and go fix a feeder battery at one of the other ones that's giving us some problems. And then after that, we are wrapping up and heading home. So appreciate you watching another Texas Dirt, and we're gonna be back out here in a week or two for another trip. So be sure you subscribe and turn those notifications on. We'll be back.